If the F-35 is a ninja that sneaks into your house at 3 a.m. to steal your secrets, the EA-18G Growler is the guy standing on your front lawn with a megaphone and a gas-powered leaf blower. On the outside, it looks like a standard Super Hornet. On the inside, it's a high-stakes engineering experiment to see exactly how much radiation you can pump through a pilot's seat before they start seeing through time. Before this, the Navy had the EA-6B Prowler, 4 seats, subsonic, built on an airframe so old it probably had a coexist bumper sticker from the 70s. The electronics were held together by prayer and hydraulic fluid, and it flew like a school bus with a severe asthma problem. The Pentagon almost replaced it with the EB-52H, a massive B-52 bomber with huge jamming pods strapped to it. The raw power approach. The Navy said no, they needed a plane that could actually keep up with the fast fighter jets. They didn't want a 60-year-old bomber orbiting 200 miles in the back like a nervous parent at a middle school dance. So, they took the Super Hornet and performed radical surgery. First thing they removed? The cannon. In its place, they shoved in the electronic pallet, a liquid-cooled digital brain that generates enough heat to cook a Thanksgiving turkey in 3 seconds. If the cooling system fails, the guy in the back seat starts smelling like slow-roasted ham. If you look at the nose, the gun port is just plugged, covered in cooling vents. You showed up to a gunfight, and instead of a pistol, you pulled out a microwave that makes your opponent's trigger finger stop responding to his brain. Look at the wingtips, no missiles, just 2 gray pods. When Boeing first bolted them on, the plane started rolling out of control. Their fix? They glued on some porous fairings. In engineering terms, that's called aerodynamic refinement. In veteran terms, that's called we accidentally built a kite, so we duct taped some cardboard to it until it stopped vibrating. Now the call sign. On the radio, it's Grizzly, not Growler. Because Growler sounds way too much like Prowler, and when you're trying to land on a moving carrier deck at night, you don't want the boss thinking it's 1984. It's the equivalent of going by Dave, because there's already a David in the office. Under the wings, you have the massive jamming pods. These things have been around since Vietnam. Notice the little propeller on the front? That's a ram air turbine. To generate enough raw electricity to melt an enemy's radar screen, this 21st century aircraft literally uses a windmill. And the noise this creates isn't just loud, it's a low-frequency acoustic assault. It's not a scream, it's a 115 decibel, non-consensual, deep tissue massage for your internal organs. Ground crews can identify a growler without looking up because their fillings start to rattle. Residents near Naval Air Station Whidbey Island actually sued the Navy over it. Scientists found the noise penetrates 100 feet underwater and messes with the sonar of orca whales. Imagine being a whale just trying to find a salmon, and a Navy jet screams the lyrics to Danger Zone directly into your frontal lobe. But the noise isn't the only problem. The pods themselves are temperamental. The internal computer system is a pathological liar. It will tell the pilot system healthy while the pod is literally on fire, or it'll say failed because it didn't like the way the pilot taxied. It is the check engine light of the electromagnetic spectrum. Because the technology is so complex, the old Prowler needed 4 people to run it. 1 pilot and 3 officers sitting in the back playing 4D chess with the radio spectrum. The Growler only has 2, 1 pilot and 1 weapon systems officer. Veterans were furious. You expect one guy to do the job of 3? The Navy just shrugged and said, computers. But to make it work with just 2 guys, they had to solve a major problem. In the old days, jamming the enemy meant jamming yourself. You couldn't even use your own radio because your pods were screaming too loud. So, the Navy invented a system that acts like noise-canceling headphones for the entire plane. It digitally subtracts the jamming noise so the crew can still talk. So how does this plane actually blind the enemy? The older pods do what's called noise jamming. On an enemy radar screen, it just looks like a massive white strobe light. It basically says, I am somewhere in this zip code, and you will never be lucky enough to hit me. But the Navy is upgrading to the next generation jammer. This isn't noise jamming, this is gaslighting. This new system catches the enemy's radar pulse, digitizes it, puts a fake mustache on it, and sends back a ghost. The enemy radar thinks you're 5 miles to the left, then it thinks there are 50 of you. It's the digital equivalent of playing I'm not touching you until the surface-to-air missile operator has a complete mental breakdown. And because this system is so powerful, it runs incredibly hot. To prevent a meltdown, the pod has its own continuous liquid cooling bloodstream. It's a high-maintenance PC gamer rig with wings and a defense budget. Because the Growler is so good at manipulating the airwaves, it can do things no other plane can. Picture a massive Air Force combat exercise. The F-22 Raptor is the undisputed king of the sky, stealthy, fast, and aggressively aware of it. It's the high school quarterback who drives a Porsche. But the Growler crew didn't use radar to find the stealth fighter, they just listened. The Growler's receivers are so sensitive they can detect the faint electronic whispers the F-22 naturally gives off. Using simple math to measure exactly when those whispers hit the left and right wings, the Growler Growler triangulated the Raptor's exact position, fired a simulated missile, and got the kill. To this day, that specific Growler has an F-22 silhouette painted right on its nose. The Air Force's response? Well, we had radar reflectors on, and we weren't trying our hardest. Right, sure, and I would have made varsity if the coach wasn't a hater. A kill is a kill. Take the L and go sit in the corner. And it's not just practice. In 2024, a Navy Growler scored a real air-to-air kill against a Houthi drone. Then they fired a missile designed to hunt down radar signals and vaporized a helicopter while it was still sitting on the ground. Imagine being a pilot, sitting in your helicopter thinking you're completely safe, and a missile locks onto you, all because a Growler 50 miles away decided your radio was too loud. Today, the Growler works as a tag team with the F-35 stealth fighter. The F-35 is the quiet guy sneaking up close to gather data. The Growler stays far away, making lots of noise, making sure nobody can shoot the F-35 while it works. They share all their targeting data through a massive invisible network. Files and sensor data are passed between the aircraft in milliseconds. It's a LAN party where the loser gets hit by a missile. If you found this video interesting, you can like it. There is a button for that. If you would like to see future videos, you can subscribe. There is also a button for that. Both buttons are in the same general area. I trust you will figure it out.